Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true.
Businesswoman shot dead in Westmoreland. Alleged killers mobbed by Anchor residents. It was a case of murder and immediate jungle justice in Westmoreland on Monday morning, after a businesswoman was gunned down and her alleged killers were subsequently attacked by machete-wielding residents in a bizarre turn of events. The deceased has been identified as 39-year-old Latavia Helps, also known as Lottie, from the community. Reports indicate that Helps, who owned and operated Lottie's Sports Bar and Restaurant, arrived at her establishment shortly after 8 a.m. when she was confronted by a gunman on a motorcycle. The men allegedly asked her to identify herself. She reportedly attempted to run off but was pursued by one of the men, who shot her multiple times in the upper body. Reporters understand that as the men tried to escape, they were struck by a bus whose driver had witnessed the incident. The gunmen reportedly ran into nearby bushes and were chased by a score of angry residents, who police said chopped one of them multiple times. He later succumbed to his injuries. The other is said to be in hospital in a critical condition. A video, which has gone viral on social media, shows angry residents with machetes arguing with the police and the military to free the injured man so they could complete jungle justice. Help's cousin, who spoke on condition of not being named, told reporters that she had been robbed on Friday night. Additionally, she had fallen a victim to another robbery just 2 months ago. "Me can't believe them kill off my cousin. She was parking her vehicle and saw me in a biking mask. She called and told someone that it looked like them come to rob the bar again," the distraught cousin recalled. The cousin described Helps as a hard-working, kind and loving person who had been operating her business since 2016. Gunmen robbed supermarket in Little London, Westmoreland. The Westmoreland police were kept busy on Monday morning as they had to process 2 crime scenes meters away. Gunmen went on a rampage in the parish as they shot and killed a businesswoman in Little London and robbed a supermarket, leaving an elderly woman nursing gunshot wounds. Chinese nationals of Little One supermarket in the town was robbed of an unidentified sum of cash. Residents told reporters had to scamper for cover as the men fired barrage of shots before escaping. "It was a crazy sight this morning. I had to run and go flat. The lady that got shot was running not knowing where the shots were coming from," one resident stated. When reporters arrived on the scene, it was like a ghost town as many businesses were shuttered. There was also a heavy military presence in the town. Member of Parliament for Westmoreland Western, Merlin Wilson, told reporters that recent spate of robberies and killings is cause for concern. "Now we have seen where criminals are trying to make combat. I know the police are working and I stand ready as a member of Parliament to help support them and stem this mayhem," Wilson stated. "I would like to express condolences to the Helps family. She was loved and admired, and it's a loss to the entire community," he added, as he urged community members to be extra vigilant. All when-thinking persons within the community of Westmoreland should continue to be vigilant and work with the police. If you see any strange persons around, contact the police and just take whatever precautions necessary to prevent you from becoming a victim," Wilson stressed. Kingston Man charged for 2021 murder. A 27-year-old Kingston man has been charged with the murder and 3 counts of shooting with intent in connection with an incident on April 25, 2021 that resulted in 3 people being injured and 1 man losing his life. He is Damien Walker, otherwise known as Shines, laborer of Lincoln Alley, Kingston 13. He is charged with the shooting death of 36-year-old Kemar Bailey, a contractor from the same community, and the injury of 3 other people. Reports from the police are that about 5:10 p.m., Bailey was standing among a group of people when they were pounced upon by armed men traveling in a white motor car. Walker and 3 other men alighted from the vehicle and opened gunfire at the group, hitting them multiple times all over their bodies. They then escaped on foot in the area. The injured persons were transported to hospital, where Bailey succumbed to his injuries, and the others were treated and released. Walker was arrested in St. Thomas after he reported to a station in the parish in relation to a separate matter. He was subsequently charged on Sunday. The police are appealing to anyone with information that can assist in locating Walker's alleged accomplices to contact detectives at 876-948-6443, the police 119 emergency number, Crime Stop at 311 or the nearest police station. SSL did not fund election campaigns, stated JLP. The ruling Jamaica Labour Party JLP says it has never received campaign money from the fraudulent investment and brokerage firm Stocks and Security Limited (SSL). The private company is at the center of a $4 billion fraud scandal, which has raised questions about how its license to operate was never revoked despite a documented history of mismanagement over almost 2 decades. Public concerns about the Holness administration's interest in the company heightened last week after Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark revealed that it will cost taxpayers at least $15 million monthly to cover wages and some operating expenses at SSL to avoid disruptions to ongoing investigations. SSL has never provided campaign funds to the Jamaica Labour Party. Robert Morgan, head of the party's Public Relations Committee and Information Minister, posted on X, formerly Twitter, on Sunday. He did not say whether any of the principals of SSL made any donation to the party in their personal capacity. Weeks after the SSL fraud was reported in January, JLP leader and Prime Minister Andrew Holness said he gave instructions in September 2021 for his account at SSL to be closed. It was opened in 2008. The JLP also said it has never and does not currently hold any accounts at SSL. Morgan's post followed a charge on Saturday in which opposition leader Mark Golding questioned Clark's declaration that paying the salaries of SSL workers is not similar to the bailout of companies in the financial crisis of the 1990s. In a radio interview on Friday, Clark said, in the case of FinScock, certainly was some of the financial institutions, stakeholders kept over ownership of institutions, at least for some time, at least with some entities. Golding challenged the assertion on the post on X, formerly Twitter, on Saturday. Is that so? Which entity, which was bailed out of FinSoc, retained its existing ownership, he asked, before listing several entities supported by the government's Financial Sector Adjustment Company. Is there another instance of history being distorted for the convenience of current political arguments? Clark hits back, arguing that FinSoc crisis cost Jamaica 40% of its GDP and destroyed the Jamaican economy. It is unambiguous that the policy bailed out Life of Jamaica, which became Sagicor Jamaica. It bailed out National Commercial Bank, now NCB Group, and in those major cases, key stakeholders remain involved and intact. Clark said, somehow, your list omitted the largest interventions by FinSoc. How convenient. And then you talk about distorting history. How ironic. Golden People's National Party-led government in the 1990s. A commission of inquiry reported in the matter has not been published despite promises by the ruling party. The finance minister said Friday he was not in position to say for how long the government will cover SSL costs, but he insists that it is clearly not an indefinite situation. If we don't pay the salaries, the investigation will be compromised, Clark said, adding that the Jamaican economy and people would benefit from a successful investigation. Opposition spokesperson on finance Julian Robinson has demanded full disclosure of all costs for the investigation. Regulator, the Finance Service Commission, has faced scrutiny after reporters reveal that for more than a decade it flagged SSL as a problem institution with a culture of non-compliance and mismanagement of client funds. However, despite the findings from its own investigators, the Commission never revoked SSL license and the public was never told of the concerns.
Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and